Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's Cupid here with a Pokemon Draft League recap of Week 2. I know it's been quite some time since the last one, but a lot of things have happened, and we are going to now move on from those things. So, let's just get straight into the recap, yeah? Okay, so we have Ryevji versus John Gold as our first match. We are going to go ahead and observe this to see basically what happened here. So we have Pelipper lead versus Thundurus, and I believe that I clicked these in order. They should be in order. I would certainly hope they are. So we are going to not sacrifice our Pelipper to a Thundurus. Very good choice. We're going to switch out immediately as Thundurus goes for Knockoff, which is a strange move. Then Thundurus uses U-Turn as Swampert just goes for Earthquake. I don't know why we would click Earthquake on a Pokemon that is, immune to Earthquake. But I guess we were trying to predict a Pokemon coming in that was just going to die to Earthquake. I don't know. Looking at John Gold's team, which is behind my head, in addition to the 5 Pokemon you just saw, there is this Alomomola here. And honestly, I don't know. Liquidation was probably a better click, but it's okay. Now Alomomola is going to do some Wish and Flip Turn tactics while Pelipper comes back in, gets off a Hurricane. The rain is still up here. We have Volt Switch from the Iron Treads, and Ryevji just stays in on that. I guess because we knew we would live. And we just get off a Weather Ball, doing massive damage, but the Thundurus survives at 1 HP, which is actually so unfortunate. But it's okay. We have a Ferrothorn to get this knockoff feint. And oddly enough, Parathorn does not lose its item there, because the Thundurus fainted on using knockoff onto the Iron Barbs. Okay, after this we have a switch into Pelipper on the Medicham. Medicham is just going to click Close Combat, picking up the kill on Pelipper. In comes Choice Band Liquidation in the rain, and we use Liquidation, doing 30% to the Alomomola, which is pretty solid damage. We're going to go for it again, which is not the play, because Wish Protect and you lose. And yeah, we're going to continue clicking Liquidation. We could have honestly used Flip Turn on the Alomomola switch to get all of the momentum, bring in Raikou for free. But instead, we're going to continue clicking Liquidation because I guess we just don't realize that we're not going to actually win this 1v1. Either that or, I don't know, we're hoping for like 2 crits in a row or maybe a defense drop or something, but that's just not good. You don't want to go for RNG. Anyway, Starmie comes in and clicks Thunder on the incoming Deoxys. Deoxys is going to be paralyzed, and our rain is gone for the remainder of the game because we spent our entire time using Liquidation on a Alomomola, which was just not the correct play. But it's fine, we're learning. So we have Protect as Close Combat is used. I guess we're going to try and see what the Medichamp's doing. I don't know. And we decide to just sack our whole Pokemon to the Medicham. To get off some Iron Barbs damage, I guess. In comes the Barraskewda, which does outspeed John Gold's entire team. And did we use Liquidation again? Yep. We could have used Flip Turn there, or even Crunch, because Crunch hits everything on the team for neutral. And we are going to just continue clicking Liquidation. I guess we're just hoping for Paralysis or a defense drop, and we're just never going to get it. But luckily for us, John Gold doesn't decide to spam Recover. And we do have a Nightshade, to get off some chip on the Drillroid Barraskewda. That's what its name is. That's what the Pokemon's called. It's called Barraskewda. And we just keep going for Liquidation on the Alomomola. It gets off a Toxic, and Ryevji finally realizes, wait, this is a bad idea. So now Iron Treads comes in on the Raikou that came in on the Alomomola, and we get off a free Earthquake into the Swampert. Swampert's going to go for Liquidation again because we don't know what a predictive move is. And now Amoonguss, after the defense drop, survives Earthquake, but luckily for us, John decided to throw and go for Spore instead of just killing the Swampert that was directly in front of us. Why did we do that? I don't know. Anyway, Iron Treads comes in on Raikou because Raikou is able to kill the Amoonguss, and Amoonguss also has Regenerator, so not switching there is actually just a big throw. And now we are going to Earthquake the sleeping Swampert. And the Swampert cannot wake up, and it's also slower than the Iron Treads outside of the rain. John Gold should win this battle here. In comes Barraskewda. Alomomola comes in. That is an easy switch. And Ryevji still does not know how to make a prediction to save his life. In fact, I think he is probably going to lose this battle, provided John Gold doesn't just throw the game. For whatever reason, we decided to go for Protect turn 1, though, instead of Wish, and we're going to bring in Iron Treads on the Barraskewda, and the only way we lose this battle is by, you know, sacking our whole Barraskewda. Ryevji continues to click Liquidation on the Alomomola as it switches in, and this time we do actually get the defense drop, and it still does no damage because we're outside of the rain now. So now it does as much damage as it would do in the rain, which is not enough. Anyway, we do actually get the Raikou in on the Protect turn this time, and really it just comes down to, does Ryevji have anything to defeat this Iron Treads? Well, for whatever reason, a Raikou is clicking Thunderbolt on the Iron Treads, and John Gold gets off the free Earthquake that kills the Raikou. In comes Starmie, and this Starmie could be a problem if it's Life Orb, which I think we've already seen. We get off a Thunderbolt, a good prediction into the Alomomola. John Gold now has to switch. We get off Surf into the Amoonguss. And if we get this prediction correct, which we also run Ice Beam, okay. So we pick up the kill on the Amoonguss, and unironically, we might be winning. Surf doesn't do enough to kill the Medicham, but Medicham uses Thunder Punch, and we die. Uh-oh. This is so sad for Ryevji. He has lost the battle because he clicked Liquidation literally 6 times when he should have clicked, like, U-turn or anything else. Like Flip Turn, Crunch would have been a better click. But wait! We were actually not... Oh, wait, hold up. Did we kill that with close combat? That's crazy. Anyway. Does not matter. Ryevji loses this battle. You know, I guess we just don't want to gain momentum ever. But, you know, it's fine. Momentum's a myth. Surely in Game 2, momentum will also continue to be a myth. Alright. Let me go ahead and get Game 2 started. Alright, so we have the same lead again, Pelipper versus Thundurus, as Swampert is coming in on Thundurus' U-turn. Okay, different start this time. Alomomola is going to come in on the Swampert, and we're going to just Mega Evolve in front of it and let it get off Toxic Poison on our Swampert. Interesting choice. I don't know why we don't respect this Pokemon, but fuck it, we ball, I guess. In comes Starmie. Starmie is going to be able to click and attack. I hope it was Surf, because Surf would be a good predictive move. And look at that! Surf was a good predictive move. Ryevji has already shown great improvement between these two battles. And now we're going to Surf again on the Amoonguss in the rain that does massive damage. We're not packing a Psychic type attack, though, and we're going to go for Ice Beam on this Alomomola switch. I don't think Ice Beam would have actually killed the Amoonguss there, but I guess John was scared. Now we're going to just go Surf on the Alomomola, and the Alomomola is going to click Toxic on a Pokemon with Natural Cure, which is not a very good play. And now we're going to just continue clicking buttons. Surf, 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 Surf. And now we go for Ice Beam, and luckily for us, this Ice Beam does kill here. Starmie is going to successfully get rid of Amoonguss, and Deoxys is going to come in. We don't have Rain, and Ryevji is just going to sack the Starmie. Like, I don't know why we would sacrifice our out to, well, I guess we have many outs to Iron Treads. Anyway, here comes Pelipper. Pelipper is going to get a crit Hurricane. I do not believe that that crit mattered. And we are going to go into Swampert on Thundurus, as Thundurus goes for U-turn. John Gold trying to gain momentum here. Goes into Medicham, which does not outspeed Swampert. I don't know why we did that, because Medicham just dies in one hit. And Ryevji is now completely in the driver's seat here. John Gold recognizes this and forfeits the game immediately. I don't know why you thought that the play would be to go into Swampert there. I mean, you have a whole Deoxys defense. It's Toxic Poisoned. You can just spam Recover until it dies or switches. But hey, you know what? I wasn't there. I wasn't playing in the moment. Anyway, we are missing Game 1. I don't know where Game 1 was. And I don't really remember what happened in Game 1. But I just don't have the replay for Game 1. It wasn't there. I don't know why. But I believe Ryevji won the match. I believe that is actually a match win for Ryevji. I think John Gold might have done, like, something illegal or forfeited early. I don't know. I don't know what happened to it. But I only have those 2 games for this match. Okay, match 2. We have Spirit versus Rudes. Quite the mismatch. Rude's learning Pokemon, Spirit, adept, former Draft League player, has played in Draft Leagues before. So let's see what we've got here. We've got Rude's team, which is Generation 8 stall, I guess. I don't know. Balance. Yeah, it's Gen 8 balance, yeah. Versus some interesting also balance. Honestly, this is probably fine. Anyway, we have a live Ting Lu reaction as the lead here, as Gastrodon's led. We go Stealth Rocks. We're going to just trade Stealth Rocks. Rudes does not run a Defogger. Spirit does, so Spirit decides when these rocks go away. We go for Ruination, having the HP of Gastrodon, which is a Pokemon with Recover. And now we're going to go for Earthquake as the Gastrodon, guess what? Clicks Recover. Scald did no sorts of damage to this Ting Lu because of the Vessels of Ruin. And we do not get the burn, so Gastrodon's really not going to do that much against this Ting Lu yet. But obviously Ting Lu can't stay in on it because it's a water type with Scald. Anyway, now we're going to go into Toxapex, use Toxic here, as Gastrodon reveals that it is 2 attacks and runs Earth Power as well. Now, one of my favorite moments in my own playing of Draft is I ran a Gastrodon with, I believe it was Toxic, Whirlpool, Recover, and I think the last move was Earth Power, and it was against a more stall-focused, bulky Draft, and the idea was use Whirlpool to trap them, as Toxic Poison would kill their Pokemon. And I ended up getting like 4 or 5 KOs that battle with Gastrodon, and I won the battle 6-0. It was absurd. So, you know, that's a spicy little thing you can consider. Whirlpool is a move that traditionally people think is useless. Now, we are not running Whirlpool Toxic on this. We are instead going for 2 attacks, Recover, and Stealth Rock, which is a pretty good set. But imagine, if you will, a prepared Gastrodon that traps in this Toxapex so it cannot heal with its Regenerator, and it just, you know, kills the Toxapex. That would have been really cool, right? Anyway, instead we have sub-bulk up Corviknight with Power Trip, and this substitute's not going to be broken by the Scald. We really need to apply pressure, but we are still sitting in on a Toxapex. We need to break this sub, and it's going to just use sub again. So what we need to do here is we need to switch. We go into Heatran as opposed to going into Zapdos here. Honestly, I don't think it's that bad of a play, but we're going to miss a Magma Storm. And, yeah, Rude's is immediately tilted. Definitely tilted. We use Taunt now. So, yeah, that's a forced switch. We're going to use Magma Storm on the switch. We do hit this Gastrodon, which means we're going to do some trapping. Well, I don't know if it's trap damage. I don't think Magma Storm traps you, but we do get some extra damage off every turn. Gastrodon's going to use Recover. We just go into Toxapex. I don't know why we went Toxapex there. We've seen that this Gastrodon has Earth Power. And instead of going to a Pokemon that is, you know, takes neutral damage or is immune to Earth Power, we decide to go into our Pokemon that is ×4 weak to Earth Power. So we go from a Pokemon that is ×2 weak to ×4 weak, and we lose our entire Heatran for free. I don't know why we would do that. Anyway, here comes Ogerpon. Ogerpon probably just wins the battle here, right? IV Cudgel. It's the Rock type IV Cudgel. And Dragon Dance is going to let us set up. We do need to respect that. But Corviknight should wall this Dragonite unless it runs Fire Punch. We do run Fire Punch. Huge prediction on the Corviknight as well. We get off massive Fire Punch damage, and maybe we can win here. Maybe this wins. Well, here comes Mega Lopunny. It's going to Mega Evolve. Probably click Fake Out. Yep, it doesn't kill, though. And are we faster with this Dragonite? Well, it looks like Spirit's going to respect it, as, you know, we have to switch out. And Dragonite's going to pick up another KO, this time on the Roaring Moon. In comes Lopunny again. Here comes Fake Out. And we do have to lose this Dragonite here, because it is, you know, it is going to feint to Fake Out. Okay, now we have Toxapex here. We're going to go for Baneful Bunker as Spirit uses U-Turn, which is going to result in the Lopunny being poisoned. Alright, Lopunny is going to take some Poison Chip. We're going to U-Turn out. In comes Rotom Heat. Did we go for Scald? Yep, we do get off Scald damage, which is solid chip against the Rotom. And honestly, Like, yeah, that's a free Ting Lu switch. I mean, it might be Pain Split or something, but yeah, you can't bold switch out on Ting Lu. This should be a free Ruination click. There's Pain Split. Yep, we did confirm that it was in fact Pain Split. Okay. Now we need to be careful, because the Rotom is going to try and Pain Split us again. Now, how do we actually deal with this Rotom? I don't know if this Ting Lu is running an attack that hits the Rotom. Well, we're going to keep clicking Ruination here, and this is actually a losing fight for Roots. So we have to go into Toxapex, and, yeah, we're going to let the Rotom heal up on us. And now we're back to where we were before we had the switch in the first place. Now we're going to use Baneful Bunker to get the Protect off on Volt Switch. Volt Switch does not make contact. Now we're going to go back into Ting Lu, and we're just not doing anything. But this Rotom only has one attack that hits Ting Lu, and that's Overheat. And for whatever reason, Roots decides to go into a Scizor. And Mega Evolve as the Rotom is going to just click Overheat. And why did we click Bullet Punch there? I don't know. Yeah, it looks like we didn't really have anything for this Rotom at that point, but I mean, there was an easy play of just switching into the Toxapex to have the Rotom's attack get halved and then going into Ting Lu or something. And then, you know, that kind of forces the Rotom out. But, like, obviously, Ting Lu doesn't have a move for the Rotom, which is a big mistake. You do need something on your ground-type Pokemon that walls the Rotom to actually beat the Rotom. And I hope Roots learned from that. We do pick up the KO on the Lopunny, which is all fine and dandy. But here comes Ogerpon, and it goes for Sword Stance as we go for Protect. Ivy Cudgel doesn't make contact anyway. We go Power Whip, it just kills the Toxapex, and Ting Lu is also going to die to Power Whip. We go for Protect, I guess trying to get Leftovers Recovery. Oh, we're gonna just use Low Kick instead. I mean, that does the same thing here. It just kills the thing. So no chance of missing that one, and yeah, Spirit's gonna get game 1 here. Alright, game 2, game 2, game 2, game 2, game 2, game 2. Alright, this time we have Ogerpon at lead as the Ting Lu is led. Yeah, we're gonna just Sword Stance as Ting Lu is probably going to click Rocks because Rudes is, I guess, way too predictable. Low Kick does not OHKO the Ting Lu, but we do have an Ogerpon with a Sword Stance now. And Ruination will have our HP, but, like, for what? What did you accomplish here? You got up Rocks and you halved the Ogerpon's HP, now you're just spamming Protect? Like, what are you trying to get? Do you think you're going to heal out of range of Ivy Cudgel with Protect after you get the double? No, you're not. And now you're just dead. In comes Scyther, yeah, Scizor, Mega Scizor, by the way. It's going to Mega Evolve and click Bullet Punch, just trying to pick up the KO on our Grass Rock Ogerpon Cornerstone. And we're going to U-turn out because Corviknight comes in, and obviously you don't want to fight that. And instead of pressuring the Corviknight, we have not learned from our mistakes last game, and we go into Toxapex just so we can switch into Dragonite. And instead of picking a Pokemon that, you know, has a much easier job dealing with this, like Heatran or Zapdos, you know, we decided to let our Dragonite just lose this 1v1 to bulk up Roost sub Corviknight. Alright, we're going to go for Dragon Dance. Corviknight's going to Roost here, but we're not beating this 1v1, and Roots does not recognize that. We need to learn from our mistakes, and it looks like that's just not happening here. But we do get the Fire Punch Burn, which does actually help our chances dramatically. We're going to Dragon Dance again, and we're going to just take a Brave Bird. Are we running Roost on this Dragonite? Please tell me we are, because if we're not, we just lose. Alright, we're going to Fire Punch here, pick up the KO, in comes Lopunny to click Mega Evolve, and also Fake Out, and we just lose our Dragonite for free. That was not the play for Rudes. Definitely not, clearly. But it's okay, we got rid of the Corviknight, I guess. We could have done it so much better and had a full health Dragonite that could have set up in the back, but who cares, right? It's not that important. Gastrodon's going to get Toxic Poisoned on the switch into Toxapex. We go into Zapdos, which I suppose could be a Defogger, but, like, Nah, it's Z move. And here comes the Z flying move, and it does not kill the Gastrodon, but it does put it into toxic range. And Scald is going to hit the Zapdos for 29%, and Ogerpon's going to come in and be faster than Zapdos. So here comes Toxapex. It's going to survive an Ivy Cudgel, even with the crit, but it's not going to take it well enough to where you're going to want to stay in on it. And you're going to go for Baneful Bunker because you are very predictable. And guess what? You were, in fact, predicted. Swords Dance is used. You're losing this battle at this point. You really only have Scizor in the back, and you really need to go into Scizor immediately to click Bullet Punch, or you just lose. We go into Dragonite instead, and we click Extreme Speed on a Rock type, as opposed to Bullet Punch on a Rock type, and we're going to lose our Dragonite as well for free. Here comes Scizor. Now we're going to click Bullet Punch, right? Yeah. Why didn't we just do that the first time? It would have killed. Now Rotom Heat comes in, and we have Heatran, one of the best counters to Rotom Heat, but it's okay because Volt Switch, crit, not that it really mattered. In comes Roaring Moon. Roaring Moon probably packs a, Earthquake to kill the Heatran. Zapdos is going to come in, and Dragon Claw is going to kill that. And, well, we have a Rotom in the back for this Scizor. And we also pack Fire Fang on our Roaring Moon. Just to really staple on the fact that we have won this battle. Alright, and that's a 2-0 win for Spirit here. Alright, next match, Antkiller versus Mr. Titan T. Two players who have been involved in the Cupid Draft League matches since the first season. Certified Hood Classic. Alright, Mr. Titan T leads with the Tapu Fini. Gliscor comes in against the Tapu Fini as the lead. And we just go into Tentacruel immediately as Mr. Titan T reveals that he was prepared for the Gliscor. Over-prepared even, because we run Ice Beam on our Tapu Fini, even though Scald's probably just good enough. Ursaluna comes in to counter the Tentacruel, which is interesting. We could have just clicked Scald there, but it's fine. You know, Ursaluna is going to end up getting Headlong Rush into Gliscor, as we used a move that was super effective on the Gliscor, but we lose our Cuss Stab Berry, which is interesting. Why are we Cuss Stab? What does Cuss Stab do here? What was Mr. Titan T cooking? Anyway, we have Scald Dragapult to get off Scald damage on Gliscor, but Gliscor's got Roost. And this Pokemon was banned to Ubers in Gen 9 because it's very, very hard to kill, and Terastallizing is broken. Gliscor has the best recovery, and its weakness policy Dragapult, which is psychopathic. Now we're going to use Shadow Ball on the Tentacruel, and Tentacruel's going to get 2-hit KO'd by that Shadow Ball. Now we're going to use Shadow Ball again on Komodo, which is immune because it's got Bulletproof. And now we're going to switch into Ribombee on Flamethrower, which is strange. Why would we do that? I guess we were predicting a Dragon-type attack, but it turns out that was not here. Anyway, Scald on the Victini. Even though Shadow Ball was stab super effective and would have killed, we opt for a different move instead. In comes Chansey to, I guess, threaten out the Victini with Seismic Toss or something. I don't know. Anyway, Goldengo with an Air Balloon comes in. We're going to Nasty Plot on that. Chansey's just going to heal up. Chansey does not do anything to this Goldengo. I don't know if Mr. Titan T realizes this, so he's going to teleport out, go into Hatterene, which will just die immediately. There's no surviving, you know, Goldengo's Shadow Ball after 2 Nasty Plots. We go into this. We go Knockoff. It does not kill. It barely lives. It lives at 1 HP, and we lose our Zapdos. And now we go into Ursaluna, which is also slower than this, and will die to make it rain. We really should have gone into Tapu Fini there to pick up the KO. But it's fine. I guess we're just not going to have any speed on our Tapu Fini. Because, you know, Tapu Fini is literally faster than this. And yeah, now we do this. So we sacrificed a whole Pokemon for no reason and let it recover freely, which was probably not what we're looking for. Now Tentacruel's just going to get rid of our rocks. We're going to go Shadow Ball here. That's not going to do anything. And we just go into Chansey instead of pressing the issue. I guess we were really scared of that. Of, you know, Sludge Wave. I guess that makes sense. We're going to pick up a KO with Seismic Toss on the Victini. And Gliscor response. We have knockoff. We get rid of the Eviolite. That doesn't really matter. We're going to get Rocks back up. I mean, Rocks I don't think matters here. We're going to lose our entire Chansey there to, I believe that was Earthquake. I certainly hope it was Earthquake. And now we go into the Victini to use Ice Beam. And Tentacruel's going to come in. Are we faster? Nope, we're not. But we do not get killed by Sludge Wave. And we pick up the kill with Ice Beam. And are we Specs? Is this Specs Victini? Like, what's going on here? Anyway, we have Poison Jab in the back on the Komodo to finish off the battle, and Antkiller gets game 1 in a battle that was probably a little bit closer than it should have been. But that's okay. Game dos. Game the second game, the game after the first one. Here we go. Gliscor lead versus Hatterene. Hatterene's probably going to try and set up Trick Room or something of the sort. It's Focus Sash, and immediately there it is, the Trick Room. Gliscor gets off knockoff to remove the Hatterene's item, but it was Focus Sash anyway, so it didn't do anything. And here we have a Guts Ursaluna in Trick Room. We opt for Crunch instead of a ground-type stab super effective move that would have one-shot the Victini. I'm not sure why. Maybe we're not running Headlong Rush. And after a V-Create, the Victini is slower than Ursaluna. Why are we running fast Ursaluna? Why are we running fast Ursaluna in Trick Room? That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, Trick Room's gonna wear off as the Tapu Fini comes in and has to eat a Bolt Strike to kill the Victini. And we have Clangorous Soul, which is legal, just not the Z move. That one's not legal. Anyway, Hatterene's now going to die to Poison Jab after the Omni Boost, and this is looking like a GG situation. We go into Chansey, and then we go into Dragapult to, I don't know, establish the fact that we know how to make a prediction. But after the Omni Boost, Como is bulky enough to survive that Draco Meteor. Tapu Fini is going to come back in. Poison Jab is used on the switch, and that's going to be a dead Tapu Fini. Zapdos is going to come in, and unless we're Scarf, this is going to get off another attack. We are going to get off the attack. Zapdos luckily kills with U-turn, despite the fact that it was resisted. And honestly, Mr. Titan T kind of gets bailed out there. But it's okay, because now instead of, you know, pressuring the Goldango immediately, we go into Chansey, and then we go into Dragapult as Shadow Ball is used, resulting in a dead Dragapult. And now we have no Pokemon that I would say actually defeat the Goldango. Antkiller recognizes this, goes into the Goldango. We're a Ghost type, and we're immune to Toxic. This Chansey can't do anything here. We're opting for Shadow Ball. I guess we were predicting the switch, but we knew that the Chansey ran Teleport. Here comes Knockoff, but I believe Shadow Ball kills from this range. We're gonna just opt for Make It Rain instead. I mean, hey, you know, that's probably fine too. Chansey cannot hurt this Goldango. It's going to recover. I don't know why. It's obvious that the Chansey cannot hurt us, and we are going to just spam Nasty Plot enough times to where you can just kill this Chansey. And yeah, that's it. That is the game. Antkiller does win this match 2-0. Congratulations, Antkiller. You did it. You did not throw against Mr. Titan T, and that is how you beat him. You just don't throw. Alright, there's all of the nasty plots as Mr. Titan T is trying to perish as quickly as possible, and to make it rain on the Eviolite Chansey is just not going to quite do enough, but it's okay, because the second one will. And there's the game. Alright, the next one. Crystal Wolf versus Light Repo. Now, I will preface this and also leak when these were actually reported, but later in the season, Crystal Wolf ended up being banned from the community, so he will be replaced later in the matches. However, you know, up until that point, he is still in these, so yeah. So, let's see here. Crystal Wolf versus Light Rebo. This is a little bit of a mismatch. Crystal Wolf tries a little bit harder than Light Rebo does, that's for sure. Anyway, we have Lead Jirachi versus Lead Furret. And Ferret's going to use Super Fang and then U-turn out into a Blaziken here. Mega Venusaur is going to just click Synthesis, and now it's going to Sludge Bomb on the Blaziken. Blaziken is not allowed to have the ability Speed Boost in this, by the way, and we use Flame Charge, which is... I guess we don't understand that Mega Venusaur has the ability Thick Fat, and that's honestly okay, I guess. You know, people are allowed to not know things. But, you know, we probably should not be in on Blaziken with this. Or at least if we're in on Blaziken, we should probably be using the move Brave Bird instead. Ferret comes back in, and it's going to get off yet another Super Fang. This Ferret has already done more than it should have this battle. And then Ferret uses Blizzard on Jirachi, which is... a decision, and then we're going to use Super Fang again as Jirachi gets up rocks and then goes for U-turn. In comes Talonflame. Talonflame is going to have Protect used against it, as I guess we're just trying to get information. And yeah, U-turn is used. We're going to have the HP of this Mega Venusaur. And surely Light Rebo will go into a Pokemon that actually threatens this thing, right? There's a whole Tornadus... or not Tornadus, Thundurus Therian, which could be using Hidden Power Flying. There's a whole Latias in the back, which is also pretty good. No, it looks like we're going to just keep clicking Super Fang. And now we go into Jirachi to U-turn again, as Latias finally comes in, but it's a little bit late at this point. Latias could be like Substitute Calm Mind. It could also be Reflect-type Calm Mind, which would be insane. But instead, it's a Dragon Dance Latias to boost our attack and our speed. Now we use Steel Wing. We are a physical attacking Latias, but that did 20%. Why are we a physical attacking Latias? Anyway, we have no Pokemon that are able to cleanly beat this Clefable, and we go into Thundurus to click a Dark-type move on a Fairy, for some reason. And now we're going to go into Swampert because we realized that was a mistake. Clefable's going to teleport out into Jirachi, and surely the Swampert's just going to click Earthquake here, right? Energy Ball does 50%, and we click Avalanche, which is an Ice-type attack, because we don't know what our type matchups are. We don't know what type matchups are. We just don't. What the fuck is a Ground-type move? What is a Steel-type? Anyway, Blaziken comes in and dies to Stealth Rocks, and Thundurus comes back in and takes 1,000,000 damage from Stealth Rocks. We're going to Volt Switch out, which is, you know, we really like Stealth Rocks damage, and in comes Mega Sceptile. Sceptile's going to take a lot of damage from Psychic, but it's okay, because we're going to Mega Evolve and, like, kill this, right? Surely? No, we're going to click Drain Punch, and that's physical, and Mega Sceptile is a special attacker, as I have mentioned before in these recaps. And we're going to go Leaf Blade now, and we're still clicking physical attacks, and we're going to lose our Sceptile there. Ferret comes back in and is going to nearly die to Stealth Rocks. It clicks Protect to accomplish nothing, really. It doesn't have leftovers. And we're going to get off a Super Fang, and this Ferret is high-key Light Rebo's best Pokemon. It has literally carried his team in this battle. It literally did more than the rest of his team combined, actually. We're going to lose Ferret, and Clefable is going to come in as the incoming Thundurus is the only play. And we're going to have Body Slam Thundurus, as Moonblast is going to just end this one. Okay, very good. Game 1. That was definitely a Game 1 of all time that was played. Game 2, we have Jirachi versus Lead Ferret again. Nope, this time we lead the Sceptile. Alright, Sceptile is immediately switched out, meaning, you know, we have nothing for the Jirachi, and Latias is going to click Dragon Dance again. And honestly, I don't know if I want to continue watching this. In comes Clefable, and yeah, we have nothing for this. In comes Blaziken on Clefable, which is never a switch that you want to see. Moonblast is going to get the special attack drop, and we are going to defog with the Blaziken. Oh god. Okay, so we have Wish. This is going to result in a Wish pass of some variety, I guess. Ferret's going to be coming in on U-turn as, no, we're just not going to, we're not going to switch. We're going to just stay in and click Moonblast. Now Ferret's going to miss Super Fang, and we could have picked up the kill there. and Ferret's going to miss Super Fang again. And we're going to lose Ferret to a crit Moonblast this time. Not that it really mattered. Ferret has no defenses. Thundurus comes in, and we have seen that this Thundurus has nothing for this Clefable. Yeah. Body Slam. Moonblast. And with Wish, yeah, the Thundurus never wins. We go into Swampert here. Moonblast on the Swampert. Does no damage. But it's okay, we have the Venusaur. We're going to go straight into it. Body Press is used on the Venusaur. It does 10%. And Grass-type attack? Nope, we click Sludge Bomb, because I guess we're trying to out-predict Light Rebo. Light goes for Ancient Power, I guess trying to get the Omni Boost. Shrug, I don't know. Now we get Giga Drain off on the Blaziken as it comes in, and we go Sludge Bomb. We get the Poison. Flame Charge is used. That's going to boost the Blaziken's speed, but this Blaziken is not running, it's not running the item that it needs to be running, which is, or not item, I'm sorry, ability. Actually, let's be honest, the Blaziken's just not what you need in this situation. It needs to have Brave Bird. It's not running Brave Bird. Anyway, we go Sceptile to, I prove that Venusaur is the better Mega, and HP Ice is used. That's a little bit overkill. Didn't need to be HP Ice, but it's fine. In comes Thundurus. Thundurus also has no attacks for this Mega Venusaur, because why would we use type moves that are the type of our Pokemon? Why would we use a Flying type attack on our Flying type? Why would we use an Electric type attack on our Electric type? Why are we using Dual Wing Beat on our Latios? And, yeah, this game's over. We're gonna try and Dragon Dance, and we're gonna die to... Well, we didn't die to knockoff. I thought we would have, but it's okay, because another one's gonna kill. Dual Wing Beat's gonna do some damage, but it's Latios. Why are you using it as a physical attacker? Blaziken's gonna come in, is slower than the Scrafty, and die to Drain Punch. And, yeah, Swampert comes in, and, I mean, Scrafty, I think, beats this one-on-one anyway. No, wait, it has Body Press. We don't beat this. I'm going to sneeze. Okay. And Venusaur just comes in and clicks Giga Drain because you can't switch out because you have only one Pokemon left, and its name is Swampert. Okay. Well, that's just an example of not being prepared and not really knowing, like, what your Pokemon do. That's what happened there. Alright, next up we have Shadow King versus Lionheart. We're going to play this one, no sound, obviously. And Shadow King's going to lead with the Aggron versus the Skarmory. Skarmory's going to use Iron Defense as Aggron just clicks Stealth Rock. Body Press is ×4 super effective, brings Aggron down to its built-in Focus Sash, and it has a Citrus Berry, which is interesting. We go for Heavy Slam into a Rocky Helmet Zapdos with a layer of spikes coming out as a result, and we just lose our Aggron by clicking Body Press again. Luckily, we go into Charizard, and surely Charizard is going to Mega Evolve. No, it's not going to Mega Evolve. We're going to use Fire Blast and miss. It's okay though, we have Sandstorm Special Defense Boost for Rock types in Tyranitar, and we're going to take that Sludge Wave pretty well, but we're going to get poisoned for our troubles. Now Mawile is going to come in, and hopefully this thing clicked Earthquake, right? Nope, we clicked Stone Edge. And this Mawile is able to easily kill us. It should be faster, but it's not. We're going to continue clicking Stone Edge, but we are going to end up fainting to Play Rough there. We should go into a Pokemon that kills this. Now we are going to Mega Evolve into Charizard. Why? Because we've decided that we no longer want the weather, and we are going to actually pick up the KO with Fire Blast there. I don't know why we didn't opt to Mega Evolve the first time we were in, but it's okay. Anyway, here comes Tapu Koko. We have no Pokemon that beat this, and it's going to just U-turn out into the Iron Moth. Okay, Iron Moth is going to get off a free Fire-type attack, and even Charizard doesn't want to take a free Fire-type attack here, but instead we opt for Sludge Wave, which does work because Shadow King opts to not switch. Anyway, Heavy Duty Boots Golisopod, and thanks to the power of our own sun, we do not kill this Iron Moth with our Aqua Jet. Gardevoir comes in now and is going to get off get also murdered by Sludge Wave, and, well, Charizard's also going to die to Sludge Wave. And yeah, that's a pretty quick and clean win from Lionheart. Let's see if there's any adjustments made in game 2, and if this one's hopefully a little bit closer, yeah? Alright, so we have Charizard lead versus the Skarmory once again. Latios comes in as a result. We are going to Mega Evolve, and we are going to click Focus Blast, because why would we click a Fire-type move on a Steel-type? Especially when our Fire-type sets up the Sun to give more damage. It doesn't matter. We're going to sacrifice Golisopod to Specs Draco Meteor. I assume it's Specs, because Golisopod's usually kind of bulky. Aggron's going to come in and get up rocks. That's cool. Skarmory's back in, and we have learned from our mistakes. We go immediately into Charizard as Spikes is used, and this is a free Fire-type attack if we click one. Alright, free Fire-type attack. We hit the Fire Blast, and look at that. Look at the difference. You see that? Barely survived. And now we're going to go into Tyranitar to pick up the KO with Sandstorm damage and survive Draco Meteor. Very good stuff. Alright, Tapu Koko comes in. This would normally kill us, and it is going to kill us here, because we do not need our Tyranitar anymore, I suppose. And honestly, I think that's a fair play. It doesn't really do anything for the rest of the battle, except for maybe, you know, threaten the Iron Moth. And now we're going to just click Heavy Slam, because we still don't really know how to deal with Skarmory. Oh, in comes Charizard to set the Sun. And another layer of spikes goes up. Surely we're clicking a Fire-type attack, right? Nothing survives a Fire-type attack, right? Nothing lives a Fire-type attack. Oh! And Quark Drive is used. I don't know if that one's... Oh, wait, no, wait, the Sun. The Sun. It's Quark Drive and Electric Terrain. Okay, that's fine. Never mind. Never mind. I thought it was the item. The item is not legal, but triggering the ability yourself is legal. I forgot. Alright, now Gardevoir's going to come in and use Psyshock on the Skarmory, which is not something you want to see. Surely we... No, we don't pack Mystical Fire. Okay, well, Decidueye is the click instead of Charizard for some reason. Now Decidueye is going to, what, click a Fighting-type attack? No, it's going to get off the rocks and all of the spikes. These rocks were doing so well for you, though. I don't know why we would do this. We're going to use Triple Arrows to reduce the defense. Alright, it only hits once, but we reduce the defense, so that's good. Now we're going to knock off the Rocky Helmet. And, why do we think Decidueye is the answer here? That's what I would like to know. We have a whole Charizard, and now we've let it get up, you know, 3 Iron defenses, and if we miss a Fire Blast, we just get cooked by Body Press. Luckily for us, we get bailed out. We do not miss the Fire Blast. In comes Tapu Koko, and we need to find an answer to this thing immediately. We go into Decidueye here on Thunderbolt, and we have, you know, absorbed that Thunderbolt with minimal damage. Now we're going to have to deal with U-turn into, what, Iron Moth? Okay, we clicked an attack, right? What attack did we click? We clicked Knock Off. Okay, we get rid of the Iron Moth's choice specs. And we are in the Sun. We need to go into something that survives a Fire-type attack, as we actually make a predictive move, and go for Sludge Wave there, picking up the KO on Gardevoir. And now, theoretically, you know, Charizard can come in on that, and we go for Solar Beam on... For what? Like, okay, what the fuck was the click? Why was that Solar Beam? There is one Pokemon on this team that even takes neutral from Solar Beam. You would have been better off clicking Fire Blast, because this thing's at 34% and you're in the Sun and it kills everything. Not that it matters, because this Tapu Koko beats you anyway, but like, come on, you gotta make a better click than that. Alright, anyway, we get knockoff here on the Volcarona, and we die to Sludge Wave, and that is going to result in a win for Lionheart. Very good stuff. Now, apparently we just watched Game 3 and the matches were not put in order, which is, I think, what happened here? Let me just play this and skip to the end. Yeah. Wait, no, one of the matches was double posted. Okay, sorry about that. Uh, yeah, wait, what the fuck? Did they both put the thing? They did! Why did they both put it? They didn't both need to put it. Okay, well, anyway. Here we have our final match of that week that was played. Bento ended up not playing and was promptly removed due to his general behavior regarding the league. He basically completely ghosted this week of play, and then when he found out he was playing against Crystal the next week, Crystal just was like, nah, I'm gonna just remove you from the league instead. Because he completely ghosted his opponent this week. So, yeah. Anyway, we have Ingle versus Euzoria here, the final match of our week 2. So let's see what happens. Alright, we have a lead Enamorus versus a Tapu Bulu. Okay, this is really good for the Enamorus. Tapu Bulu is going to use Sword Stance, and Enamorus is going to set up Calm Mind, and Tapu Bulu is going to click Sword Stance, and Enamorus is going to set up Iron Defense, and Tapu Bulu has no actual attack for this. We go for Iron Leech into the Iron Defense Enamorus, and guess what? We get a crit, which is absolutely massive, and Ingle does not realize that that was a 1 in 25% chance to crit, and switches out, a 1 in 25 4% chance to crit, and we switch out into Decidueye and lose our Decidueye to Hornleech. Now we go into Luis, the Skeledirge, with the ability Unaware to not die to Hornleech, and we're going to get up a Torch Song here. Greninja's going to come in on that. We're going to go to Torch Song again, and let's hope this Greninja doesn't kill us. Alright, we go back into Enamorus as Water Shuriken is the click here, and 2 hits of Water Shuriken, unlucky. Minimum roll, but luckily for us, we have Ice Beam in the back, and we are still faster than this Enamorus. We are going to pop off with our Battle Bond, and yeah, this is Battle Bond post-nerf. Now we are going to get an Ice Beam off on the Ogerpon, and Ogerpon is going to use Horn Leech, picking up the kill. Now, what we probably should do is not have 3 grass types. We are going to go into Mega Latios and die. Or no, we take Ivy Cudgel very, very well. But we don't kill with Ice Beam because we used Ice Beam instead of a Dragon type attack. So we have to take another Ivy Cudgel there for free. And I just don't see how we're breaking through this Blissey. I'm sorry, not Blissey. Goodra and Blissey combo. So we get off a Draco on the Goodra to do solid damage. But in comes Tapu Bulu, and we have a Skeledirge that we can switch into here, but instead we're going to sack our Goodra because we don't want to heal it with Wish from Blissey, if Blissey is running Wish. It could be not running Wish. Who knows? The Blissey hasn't come into the battle once. Anyway, Skeledirge comes in. We are going to get a Torch Song off on the Mimikyu. Mimikyu's disguise will be busted, and let's see if the Mimikyu is on a Z-Ghost move. No, we're on Dark Pulse, because special attacking Mimikyu makes perfect sense. We are going to lose the entire Mimikyu for free because it's a special attacker instead of a physical attacker. Because why would we use Mimikyu's physical attack stat when, we could use Dark Pulse instead? When Ghost is super effective against Ghost as well, by the way. Anyway, Meowscarada comes in. We are going to just Flower Trick this Blissey in the grass. After knocking off to kill the Skeledirge, and yeah, Blissey is not going to out-survive Flower Trick. So, Euzoria does win that battle anyway. Very cool stuff. Congratulations, Euzoria, for Game 1. How about Game 2, though? What happened in Game 2? Let's see. Alright, this time we have Blissey immediately versus the Greninja. Greninja is going to click Ice Beam, which is so not the play. Now we are going to actually take more damage hitting this Blissey with U-turn than we dealt to it, and Tapu Bulu is coming in, and why are we Rocky Helmet Blissey? That's so strange. Anyway, we're going to get off a Thunder Wave, and now we are healing the Blissey, but we have Goodra to, to threaten this Tapu Bulu. And now, I have a question for you. What the fuck is Superpower? Flash Cannon is used on Bulu, and Bulu, oh, it has superpower? Yikes. And now we have lost our Goodra, which counters the 3 grass types and the water type on the team. Okay, so now we are going to use Superpower on the Enamorous, because we like to use moves that are ×4 resisted as opposed to ×2 resisted. Now, Bulu is still in, using an attack against a Pokemon that we have seen set up. As opposed to, I mean, it's not like we really have a better answer on this team. Now we're going to Synthesis to heal up, and then we go into Rillaboom. Tragically, though, this is set up. Darkest Lariat is going to do no sorts of damage. Draining Kiss also does no sorts of damage. Is this a Assault Vest Rillaboom? It might be. It also, I just realized, does not have Grassy Surge. The Rillaboom does not have Grassy Surge, it would seem. Now we're using Body Press. We are just clicking buttons, and Ingle, despite the fact that he has already won this battle, is going to continue setting up. Meowscarada finally comes in. Flower Trick is not going to do enough here, and we opt for Knockoff instead anyway, which is just not going to do it. Draining Kiss kills the Meowscarada, and this Enamorous just sweeps from this point on. I can't imagine anything kills short of, like, a crit Shadow Claw. But, yeah, Mega Evolution Latios, Draining Kiss. Yeah, no crit Ice Beam here. Are we on Shadow Claw? No, we're still special attacking Mimikyu. Disguise gonna get broken, and guess what? We're just gonna keep clicking Draining Kiss. We're just going to keep clicking Draining Kiss. We're gonna Calm Mind again for some reason. I don't know. I guess we really like giving our opponent chances to crit us. But it doesn't matter, because the crit never happens. So, we are unfortunately going to be defeated. Oh, but look! The crit happened! Oh, punished! Punished! Look at him! He's punished! This is the most punished Ingle has ever been! Alright, now surely Greninja one-shots this, right? Well, we click Ice Beam, and, yeah, no, that doesn't one-shot. If we were running Gunk Shot, it might have. But tragically, no, we are not. Now we have Tapu Bulu plus Overgrown Rillaboom in the back, and, yeah, it's kind of just not going to do it. We're going to Swords Dance up on the Decky Dewey, which is fine, but, like, I don't think it's going to do anything here. Nasty Plot on the Decidueye, as Euzoria is continuing to click Swords Dance here. We really need to boost our attack when all of Ingle's Pokemon outspeed us, and here's Bloom Doom, and that's going to kill in the grass after a Nasty Plot, which tells me that this is probably a special attacking Decidueye. Shadow Ball does not kill the Rillaboom. Yeah, it's definitely Assault Vest. Darkest Lariat crit does not kill, and we are slower. And that's going to result in a 1-1 match. Alright, Game 3, the final game of this match and of today's recap. Let us see what we've got here. Alright, so Blissey comes in against the Tapu Bulu. We're looking at a same situation as last time. This time the Bulu's going to Swords Dance. Blissey goes for Stealth Rocks. And then the Bulu's going to Swords Dance again as the Blissey goes for Thunder Wave. And I don't know why we have decided to let this happen twice, but here we are. Now we're going to kill the Blissey. But we're already paralyzed, and yeah, this is just not what you're looking for with your Bulu. You want to keep it, you know, speedy, at least. And now we're going to go into this thing as, for some reason, I guess we just don't respect the Tapu Bulu at times 2.5 attack. And we're going to just set up Calm Mind, and we should just keep clicking Horn Leech. We should genuinely just keep clicking Horn Leech, right? We are out-damaging the Draining Kiss. And I don't think Ingle recognizes that. Well, actually, with leftovers, outside of the grass, it doesn't kill. So, you know, this I don't know. I don't know what I would do in this situation, but, I don't know. Euzoria probably should be a little bit more urgent than this, because actually we are slowly getting this KO. And Ingle is, I don't know what he's fishing for. A crit, maybe? Chip damage? But Horn Leech kills now. And we've gotten rid of the Enamorous, which is honestly the biggest threat to Euzoria's team here. Skeledirge is going to come back in. and we go into Mimikyu on that, and it's still a special attacking Mimikyu, by the way. Just in case you were wondering, I'm sure it's still a special attacking Mimikyu. I'm pretty sure, yeah, there it is, Dark Pulse. Because why would we use Shadow Ball on a Ghost type? Ghost is weak to Ghost, why would we use a Ghost type attack? And Ingle just shows us that again. In comes Greninja. I guess we're trying to get Battle Bond to trigger, but tragically for us, there's still a Goodra there. And Goodra is going to absorb that Water Shuriken like it probably would absorb you. Anyway, Ice Beam on the Goodra as opposed to switching, because we have no Pokemon that beat this. Draco Meteor is going to kill the Greninja, and the Greninja will never trigger Battle Bond in this battle. Latios comes in, and at halved special attack, Latios should win the Draco Meteor fight. And it looks like they are going to just swing Dracos at each other. Honestly, an interesting choice. I can't say I agree with the play. Actually, no. Latios doesn't win the Draco fight because of the leftovers recovery. And, yeah, there it is. And we lose Latios, but at least the Goodra is low enough to where we can actually win this fight. Now, I have a question. Who would win? 3 grass types or Skeledirge? Who would win? 3 grass types or Skeledirge? Okay, and also there's an Ogerpon, but that doesn't really matter that much. Flower Trick does massive damage to the Ogerpon. Do we dodge the Ivy Cudgel? No, we do not. But we survive it because it's the grass type one, or the water type one. I don't know what type it is. But we do pick up the KO on the Skeledirge with Meowscarada, and surely we have a Pokemon that beats the Skeledirge, right? Are we running knockoff? Are we running knockoff Darkest Lariat? We are running Darkest Lariat. Knockoff would have killed there, I believe. Actually, no, looking at the calc it doesn't, but it's okay. Rillaboom's going to pick up the KO, and Ingle somehow is going to lose this game. Shadow Ball does no sorts of damage. Special defense drop, Darkest Lariat, doesn't do enough. Alright, now our Bulu's paralyzed. We let it get paralyzed on turn 2, because we really needed that extra Sword Stance. And we're slower here, and Ingle's gonna let off the Z move, and it kills. And he somehow manages to clutch this up with the Decky Dewey in the back. Congratulations, Ingle, for your 2-1 win over Usoria. Very close match, very close. But, you know, tragically, a misplay that happened 22 turns ago can actually affect the outcome of the game, as we have just seen. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the Week 2 recap, and I will see you guys in the next one for Week 3. Peace.